Imagine this. You're standing in a sleek, glass-walled elevator. It's just you and your CEO, or maybe that person you've had a crush on for months. The silence isn't just quiet, it's heavy, it's loud. Your heart is thumping against your ribs like a trapped bird. You feel that desperate urge to say something, anything, to break the tension. But your brain has suddenly turned into a desert. Your throat is dry, your palms are clammy, and the floor numbers are crawling upward with agonizing slowness. In that moment, you'd give anything for a superpower, the ability to speak, to connect, and to belong. Here is the truth that most people will never tell you. Social anxiety isn't a flaw in your character. It's a biological survival mechanism left over from a time when being rejected by the tribe meant literal death. But in 2024, that same mechanism is keeping you from the promotions, the relationships, and the life you deserve. Most people think being a great talker means being the loudest person in the room or having a bottomless pit of jokes. They are wrong. Being a social master isn't about being interesting, it's about being interested. Today, I'm going to give you the blueprint to transform from the person standing awkwardly in the corner to the person who makes everyone else feel like the only person in the room. We're going to hack your biology, rewrite your social software, and give you the exit strategy that finally removes the fear of being trapped in a boring conversation. If you've ever felt your social battery hit zero after just 10 minutes of small talk, stick around. We're about to turn you into a social powerhouse. Let's start with the foundation, biohacking your first impression. You've heard of the 3-second rule, right? In the time it takes to blink, a stranger has already decided whether you're a friend, a foe, or worst of all, completely irrelevant. But most people blow this by trying too hard. They walk in with a frantic energy or a plastered-on smile that screams insecurity. To master the first 3 seconds, you need to use the slow smile. When you lock eyes with someone, don't smile immediately. Look at them, wait a split second, and then let a warm, genuine smile flood your face and crinkle your eyes. This tells their subconscious that your smile is specifically for them, not just a mask you wear for everyone. Combine this with the eyebrow flash, a quick, subtle lift of the brows. It's a universal human signal for "I'm friendly and I recognize you."
But here is the secret sauce: energy matching. If you walk into a quiet coffee shop acting like a high-energy game show host, you're not going to be liked, you're going to be annoying. Conversely, if you're at a high-energy networking event and you're acting like a monk, you'll be invisible. Look at the person you're talking to. What is their vibe? Are they leaning back, speaking slowly? Match that. Are they leaning in, gesturing wildly? Match that too. This creates an instant psychological bridge called limbic resonance. You're telling their brain, "I am like you and you are safe with me." It's the ultimate shortcut to trust. Now that you've cracked the door open, how do you keep it from slamming shut? This is where 99% of people fail. They fall back on the interview trap. They ask, "What do you do? Where are you from? How do you like the weather?" These are status-based, boring questions that feel like a job interview. If you want to be magnetic, you need to use the question matrix and focus on status-free inquiries. In American culture, specifically for the 18 to 44 demographic, we are tired of being defined by our job titles. We want to be seen for our passions. Instead of asking, "What do you do?" try asking, "What project is taking up most of your headspace this week?" Or, "What's the highlight of your year so far?" Notice the difference? You aren't asking for a resume, you're asking for an emotion. You're giving them permission to talk about their side hustle, their new puppy, or the marathon they're training for. This is how you bypass the autopilot brain and get to the human brain. Think about it. When was the last time someone asked you something that actually made you stop and think? That person is the one you remember. That person is the one you want to talk to again. If this is making sense to you, do me a quick favor. Hit that like button and subscribe. It helps the algorithm find more people who want to level up their social game, just like you.
Moving deeper into the conversation, let's talk about the Boomerang 2.0. Most people think listening is just waiting for your turn to speak. It's not. Real listening is an active, aggressive pursuit of understanding. When someone speaks, don't just nod like a bobblehead. Use emotional labeling. If they tell you about a difficult client at work, don't say, "That sucks." Say, "It sounds like you are incredibly patient in a really frustrating situation." By labeling the emotion, you show them that you didn't just hear the words, you felt the context. Then throw the boomerang. Take a key word they used and throw it back as a question. If they say, "Yeah, it's been a crazy week at the gallery," you say, "The gallery? Is that where you spend most of your creative energy?" You've just used their own interest to fuel the conversation. It's effortless for you and deeply satisfying for them. You're not carrying the conversation anymore, you're just directing the flow. This is how masters like Jimmy Fallon or Joe Rogan keep people talking for hours. They aren't doing the heavy lifting, they're just spotting the emotional hooks and pulling on them. But we live in 2024, and half of our talking happens through a screen. We need to address the digital vibe. If you're a millennial or Gen Z, you know the texting anxiety is real. You send a message, see the 3 dots appear, then disappear, then nothing. Or worse, you get a "fine" with a period at the end. In modern American digital etiquette, a period at the end of a single word text isn't just grammar, it's an act of war. It screams, "I am angry at you." To master digital communication on Slack, iMessage, or Discord, you need to understand the emoji buffer. Emojis are the body language of the internet. They provide the tone that text lacks. If you're giving feedback to a colleague, a simple "Can you check this?" can sound demanding. But "Can you check this?" V sounds like a request from a teammate. Use vibe checks in your digital threads. Before you hit send on a long paragraph, ask yourself, does this sound like a human or a robot? Use casual language where appropriate. Use LOL or haha, not because something is funny, but as a signal of safety to show you're in a good mood. This prevents the overthinking spiral that destroys professional and personal relationships before they even start.
Now, let's tackle the part everyone is too afraid to talk about, the exit. We've all been there, stuck talking to someone who doesn't pick up on social cues. You're looking at your watch, scanning the room for an escape route, but they just keep talking about their crypto portfolio. Most people are so afraid of being rude that they stay socially kidnapped for 20 minutes. This drains your social battery and makes you resent social events altogether. You need the future-focused exit. This is a 3-step move that is polite, professional, and absolute. Step 1, wait for a micropause. Step 2, validate the conversation. I have loved hearing about your transition into tech. Step 3, state the exit and provide a bridge to the future. I'm gonna go grab another drink or say hello to the host, but let's connect on LinkedIn because I'd love to see how that project turns out. By mentioning the future, you signal that you aren't leaving because you're bored, you're leaving because you have a mission. It's the clean break. It leaves the other person feeling good and leaves you free to move on. In America, being busy or on a mission is a respected social currency. Use it. As we wrap this up, I want you to realize something. Everything we've talked about today, the slow smile, the question matrix, the boomerang, the digital vibe, and the future-focused exit, they are all just tools. But the power isn't in the tool, it's in the person wielding it. Gaining a social superpower isn't about manipulating people, it's about removing the barriers that keep you from truly connecting with them.
The world is lonelier than it has ever been. People are starving for genuine connection. They're waiting for someone to walk up, look them in the eye, and actually care about what they have to say. When you master these skills, you aren't just becoming better at talking, you're becoming a beacon. You're becoming the person who makes an awkward room feel comfortable. You're becoming the person who turns a stranger into a friend or a mentor. Communication is a muscle. The first time you try the eyebrow flash or a status-free question, it might feel a little clunky. That's okay. Nobody walks into a gym and benches 300 pounds on their first day. Your social battery might be small right now, but every time you push through that 3-second window of fear, that battery gets a little bit bigger. Every time you successfully exit a conversation without feeling guilty, your confidence grows. I want to challenge you. Don't just close this video and go back to scrolling. Today, or tomorrow at the latest, I want you to use just one of these techniques. Ask one status-free question. Try the slow smile on the barista. Use an emoji buffer in your next work email. Then come back to this video and comment below. Tell me what happened. Tell me about the most awkward social situation you've ever survived, and let's figure out how you could have handled it differently. I read every comment, and I'll be answering as many as I can to help you troubleshoot your specific social hurdles.
Remember, the golden thread of all great communication is the combination of curiosity, energy, and presence. Be curious about the world, bring a positive energy to every interaction, and be fully present in the moment. If you can do those three things, you won't just talk to anyone, you'll inspire everyone. You have the blueprint, you have the tools. The awkward silence in the elevator doesn't have to be a nightmare anymore. It's an opportunity. The next time those doors close, don't look at your phone. Look up, flash that smile, and start the conversation that could change your life. Thank you for watching. If you found value in this, share it with that one friend who always gets stuck at parties. Check out our other videos on psychological mastery and personal growth to keep building that social superpower. I'm proud of you for taking the time to invest in yourself. I'll see you in the next one. Stay curious, stay bold, and go master the room.